everyone. Welcome to another Partner Spotlight. My name is Chris Lucrezia. I'm the Trade Sales and Marketing Manager here at Worldvia. We are so excited to have you joining us today. We have a very, very special episode for you today because we have a partner that is one of our most valued, one of the most recognizable partners out there in the world, Hilton. I know you're very excited to learn all about Hilton Hotels. As a global leader in hospitality, Hilton offers everything from iconic luxury resorts to stylish city stays, all backed by award-winning service and innovative guest experiences. Whether you're planning your next vacation, a celebration, or just dreaming about future travels, you're going to want to hear what Hilton has in store. I think we have a quick video for you.
More than 100 years ago, Conrad Hilton had a powerful idea that travel makes the world a better place. Today, at more than 8,000 hotels, spanning over 130 countries and territories, Hilton's dream resonates now more than ever. You'll find it in a global presence that reflects our global community, in how we work, in who we are. With a focus on hospitality that extends beyond travel to transform communities and brighten our planet. Because when you believe, like we believe, that what you do matters, that our shared commitment shapes the future, and that travel makes the world a better place, it matters where you stay.
That was a pretty fantastic video, a nice introduction to the brand. But joining me today is somebody very special, somebody you may have seen out in the world. You may have seen her at Worldvia events. We are very excited to have Veronique Deblois with us today. She is the Senior Sales Director, Travel Partners at Hilton. She's here to give us a look behind the scenes. She's here to give us from new properties, luxury brands, group travels, and advisor perks. A lot of fun things, Veronique. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get started. But Veronique, why don't you tell everybody out there a little bit about yourself?
Oh, thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me. It's great to be with you. I manage our travel agency partnerships, including our host agency program. So I'm super excited to work with Worldvia. My background is I'm Canadian. I live in Charlotte. I've been in the industry for a long time. So I think, to your point, yes, you've probably seen me at some event somewhere in the industry.
How long have you been at Hilton for now?
I've been at Hilton for 8 years.
Wow.
And prior to that, Hilton was my client. And when I started in the industry, Hilton was my client in 1998. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I've come full circle.
Okay, so what I like is that Veronique brings us both perspectives, from behind the scenes and in front from that advisor-facing role. So I'm so glad that you're here to talk to us about, because Hilton, Veronique, is one of the most recognizable brands in the world. Now, I'm gonna give you a little question here off the top of your head. How many properties does Hilton have?
The number we're using this quarter is 8,600.
8,600. Is that worldwide?
That's worldwide, yes.
8,600 properties worldwide. And how big is the portfolio?
Well, we have 24 brands, so that encompasses 139 countries. So
Wow.
There's a property somewhere for every type of customer. And the fun tidbit about us is even in 2024, and that's continued into 25, we've opened 2 hotels a day.
Wow.
So there's never a shortage of fun things to tell you about.
I think that what I want to get into today is with you a little bit of luxury. I know people like luxury. Groups. How can we get groups involved at hotels? Let's talk a little bit about help with advisors. I know Hilton is huge on helping advisors and helping the advisor community. So we're gonna get into all those things. But first, I want to talk about something that gets travelers really excited, and that is luxury travel. Okay. Hilton has made a huge mark in the luxury space with 5 brands. I do want to talk about 3 today. Waldorf Astoria, Conrad Hotels and Resorts, and LXR Hotels and Resorts. I think we have a quick video on some of the luxury offerings Hilton has. Oof, that was some luxury pictures there.
It's inspiring.
It's very inspiring. So, let's start with the big picture, Veronique. As for someone who may not be familiar, how would you describe the differences between all of those luxury brands, all of the 5 luxury brands?
Well, first, I'm going to tell you that we try not to compete for the same travelers within our own brands.
Okay.
So that's something that we kind of pride ourselves on. We don't go out there and buy huge portfolios of brands to be the largest or the biggest. We really want to address every type of customer. So the 3 luxury brands we're going to talk about today are very different from one another. Where you have the Waldorf Astoria, which would be your very opulent, over-the-top, luxurious, gilded, if you will, sort of luxury. And then Conrad is contemporary elegance, understated, neutral colors, just a very kind of calming sort of luxury environment. And then LXR Hotels and Resorts are the most luxurious properties around the world.
Oh,
There
wow.
are boutique hotels. So they all have their own name on the building, their own branding, their own look and feel, but they are just the most over-the-top, glorious, independent boutique hotels.
I like that you said boutique because I want to dig into that a little bit more when we talk about LXR, because we have a lot of people out there that always ask about boutique hotels, and knowing that they have availability with Hilton is very important. What are some of the few iconic properties of Waldorf Astoria?
So we are so excited that after all these years, since 2017, the Waldorf Astoria New York has been closed for a complete reimagining. So that is all hands on deck, what we're so excited about right now. It's going into soft opening now, but officially will be reopening in September. And I did a hard hat tour. It is absolutely incredible and more than you could ever imagine what it's going to look like. For those of you who had been there before, they have really brought back the glory of the Waldorf Astoria New York,
Nice.
but modernized it. When I went in, they had 750 artisans from Europe with toothbrushes and tweezers, putting on gold leaf. And if a piece
Wow.
of crown molding was broken or chipped, they would make a mold and recreate, over the top stuff. So it's going to reopen, and of course New York at Christmas holiday time is glorious. So if you're in the city, just walk through, you will be amazed by it.
It pretty much defines timeless
That's
luxury, so I think that I love that they are putting so much effort into bringing back the glory days of
That's
the
right.
Waldorf. That's really nice to hear. Okay, Conrad is another favorite. Like you said, modern, sleek, and always in the heart of amazing destinations. For travelers who want a luxury experience but with a more contemporary vibe, this seems to be the way to go, right?
That is the way to go.
What are some standout Conrad properties?
Well, I know I'm not supposed to have favorites, kind of like children, yet. Conrad Tokyo, just a
Ooh.
glorious, amazing property that is very much that understated elegance with amazing service. But I have tons of favorites. I love to stay at Conrad's when I can. Fort Lauderdale Beach Conrad is amazing. We have a beautiful Conrad in Tulum in Mexico. There are so many gorgeous Conrad in Dublin, just amazing. Kind of old world service, just a special property.
I like that Veronique was able to just go off on all these different locations that she likes. She's like, oh, I don't have favorites, but here you go.
That's right.
I like that. Okay, boutique. Boutique is a word that pops up a lot in the community, and people always want the boutique experience. They always want something a little more refined or different or out of the ordinary. LXR, how does LXR work into that, and what really makes it special?
Yeah, so what makes it special, I think, is that we leave the hotels to do what they do best, is to represent themselves, keep their own name, keep their own special identity. They just use Hilton in the background to help support with things that a big company like us can provide. But they're all very much their own hotels, and we don't try to change that. There are some, of course, amazing properties. One was in the video, Mango House. Some are very small, 30 rooms. But, there are some more approachable ones that are in the U.S. too. Hotel 100 in Seattle. There's several others. And that portfolio is growing because, to your point, people do look for that boutique hotel experience. So we are constantly adding to that portfolio. We have an amazing, and one of the key destinations now that are really popular is Kyoto. We added a beautiful LXR in Kyoto in Japan. If you check it out, you'll see what I mean by keeping their own identity and look and feel.
That's pretty nice. I like that Hilton seems to be covering all the bases when it comes to luxury, that refined luxury, timeless, old school luxury, but then you have the new boutique style, ultra private, things like that. So I think that that's a really good way for everybody out there in the community or who wants to book hotels to have options when it comes to luxury, because we know, Veronique, the luxury space is growing, and it seems that that's an area that if people are going to go on vacation, they want to make it a nice vacation, right, everybody?
And we agree, yes, definitely. And for that reason, we are doubling the size of our luxury portfolio. So you'll see lots more of these properties joining us.
Wow, I like to hear that. Okay, so another topic that I wanted to talk to you about today is groups. Now, there's a lot of ways to travel. People like to go, whether it's a family reunion, a destination wedding, or even a friendcation. Hilton has some amazing options for those people that want to travel in their big groups. The Hilton properties span a huge range of destinations and styles. How do they accommodate groups of different sizes?
Yeah, that's the beauty about us, is by having all of these different brands and types of hotels, we can accommodate any types of groups. It could be maybe an executive retreat for 25 people, and you could stay at a boutique hotel for that because many of them have a fair amount of meeting space. Or you can put a big event at Hilton Anatole in Dallas, or where you had your conference 2 years ago, I guess, at the Waldorf in Orlando, that has now a brand new ballroom that's been created. So we can accommodate any types of groups, anything for 10 rooms or more, lean into us for that.
When it comes to a large gathering, small gathering, what kind of flexible space does Hilton have inside the hotels?
I think that's something that's very fun, and I give a lot of credit to the hotels that have smaller amount of meeting space because they're very creative.
Oh, okay.
I've hosted an event at Delray Beach in Florida, and they closed their rooftop pool area and lounge and hosted a glorious event for 50 people for me there before.
Wow.
And it's not necessarily like, if you look at the specs for a meeting space on that hotel's website, you wouldn't necessarily think there's space to accommodate 50 people, but they do that. And it's just very creative. The Reverie in Toronto is one of our Curio Collection properties. They don't have a lot of meeting space, but for one of my events that I was hosting for 25 people, they closed their restaurant and we accommodated it into
Oh, that's smart.
Kind of like a walk around fun concept of dining. So, it's not, sometimes you don't see the specs that you're looking for online at a hotel. It doesn't mean they can't be creative and come up with something fun.
Well, speaking of that, so one of the biggest hurdles with planning a group is logistics. What kind of support does Hilton offer on-site, events team, coordinators, things like that?
Yes, so we always, me and the BDM team, we always try to connect people who come to us looking for help with groups. We try to connect them with the right people on property that can support them. Many of the hotels who specialize in groups and events like that have meeting planners on site that we can connect the advisors with, so that you're not out there trying to do it all on your own and to try to figure it out, because it is a little daunting.
Yes.
Especially as you start out. But groups are so profitable too. You don't want to not handle that type of business.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
How hands-on can the teams get if the advisors out there that are watching are thinking about things like private dinners, cocktail hours, even excursions.
Yeah, so for example, let's use our all-inclusive properties, which
Yes.
are a little different because Tulum and Cancun Hiltons have 65,000 square feet of meeting space each. So that's a large amount of space for an all-inclusive property. And on site, we have wedding planners or special celebration planners, but also in our immediate Hilton Enterprise team, we have a dedicated special occasions director who's on our team who can be kind of that liaison between the event planner and the property to help support you and figure out, like, who's the photographer going to be, who's the music going to be, if you want to do a fun, I'm making this up, cocktail bar or whatever it might
Oh, really?
be.
Oh, that's cool, yeah.
Now you're interested. No,
Yes, yes, exactly.
No, but things like that, we have the right level of support. So don't try to do it all on your own as you maybe start out doing groups. Rely on us to support you, and I'm sure, from our side, your side, we can learn a lot from the event planners on properties who do this day in and day out.
That's a really good point. Thank you for bringing that up. What is the best way for someone to get started in planning groups, especially if they're organizing a mix of ages and things like that?
So my number one tip would be to contact your business development manager, your BDM on our team. We have 5, and then we'll touch on them later on, but they are here to help you, support you with your sourcing efforts for your groups. So you could come to your BDM and say, I need 20 rooms, pre-cruise, Port of Vancouver, I've never been there. The budget is X dollars, I need this many rooms, and this is the dates. And then your BDM can work with his or her support person on our Hilton Direct team, which is the group that books groups all day long for travel advisors. So they have a buddy on that team. They partner together, look at all of the hotels across our portfolio that meet your criteria, and then come back and say these 3 properties would fit the bill and be perfect for your group. Then you can look them over, and if you say property A is the perfect property for this group, we'll connect you with somebody on property that can actually pick it up from there and do the contract with you and walk you through all of that you need to do. So you're never really on your own trying to figure it out, because maybe the hotels in Fort Lauderdale really well, but maybe not about the hotels in some, Albuquerque or
Right, yeah.
or internationally too. So rely on us to make some recommendations and to connect you with the right people on property, so you're not spinning your wheels and spending time trying to find the person you need to connect with at one of our hotels.
I like that. Here's a good question. What are some of the most popular types of celebrations that you see? I see more demand for certain things, birthdays, anniversaries, renewals, things like that.
I feel like post-pandemic, people are celebrating everything and anything. Like, they're looking for ways to gather with friends, gather with family, and to not miss on any opportunities, milestone birthdays, a lot of vow renewals.
Oh, really?
And destination weddings. But vow renewals are huge business, and people go all out. It is just like a wedding, really, and very profitable. And you could come, we have various, especially at our all-inclusive or resort properties, like the Grand Wailea in Maui. They have an amazing, gorgeous white chapel that's been completely reimagined. You can come and propose something for your client. We have packages that are very easy for you to share with your clients who want to do something like this, where it's not a lot of heavy lift on your side, and it's still a beautiful experience for them.
Do any stand out to you as being especially celebration friendly with rooftops or beach access?
Yes, definitely. I think the all-inclusives are some of the most popular properties to have these types of celebrations. So, and they do celebrations extremely well. This Grand Wailea I mentioned, we have properties like the Del Coronado in San Diego that's so iconic, just went through a remodel. They do gorgeous beachside celebrations. For our team meeting, big team meeting, we are maybe 2,000 employees. They had a whole carnival on the beach as a celebration for us. When you get there, there's a Ferris wheel and some the snack little bars that you would have at a
Yeah,
carnival.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they had
Food stalls.
food stalls. They had everything. So they can do an incredible job. And we have so many properties that would have the perfect setting for your groups.
I think you already got to this question, but I was going to say, what is your favorite Hilton memory about a group celebration?
Yeah, there are many,
Okay.
of course. So one time we had a team meeting in July in Palm Springs in Palm
Ooh,
Desert.
okay.
So you can imagine how hot it was. And we were trying to come up with a concept or a theme, and I had the brilliant idea. It was my outside voice versus my inside voice to offer up Winter Wonderland. It was
You came up with that idea?
Yes, it was 1,000 degrees, and I thought it was funny, but they loved it. So we had a Winter Wonderland where everybody was in white and icy colors and like face painting that were blue, and so that was one of my favorites.
Well, I think that is a really good description that just goes to show all the different things that you can do when you are planning out your groups with Hilton. There's so many options there. There's so many things that Hilton will accommodate, whether that be a location inside the hotel or whether that be a theme that you're thinking of. The sky is the limit when it comes to group celebrations. So I think it's always fun to think of different things. I think we have a video about the groups and resorts that I want to show. So let's cue that up. Some nice options there when you want to send your group to celebration. I love that. Veronique, let's talk about what's new with Hilton. Let's start with what's exciting and fresh. Can you share some new properties that Hilton has going on?
Yes, something about us that's interesting, and I mentioned earlier, 2 hotels a day is what we've been opening. So we could literally sit here every month, and I can have a different story to tell you. But yes, across the entire portfolio and across the world, we're not focusing on one particular brand as far as our growth.
Okay.
But the boutique hotel portfolios are growing leaps and bounds. So that would be for us the Curio Collection and Tapestry Collection. So we have a lot of properties that are joining us in those portfolio. Our big opening outside of the Waldorf, which I mentioned earlier, our big opening is a property that is opening next week, June 30th, 2025, is Zemi Miches in the Dominican Republic.
Yes, very popular location.
There's a lot of buzz on our
Yes.
team about socializing that. So Zemi, the Miches is going to be the new and upcoming destination of the Dominican Republic.
Yes.
So we're opening a beautiful Curio Collection property called Zemi, and new build. It just got finished being constructed, and it's over the top. And I think we mentioned earlier, luxury means different things to different people.
Sure.
And while we have the 5 brands in our luxury collection, certainly Curio Collection can be considered a luxury brand to many, many travelers.
I like that.
So Zemi opening next week is extremely exciting. It's on a gorgeous beach, but it still has a lot of wildlife around it, so it feels
Nice.
more like a Dominican Republic maybe should be, or was maybe 20 plus years ago. So that is going to be a hot destination for you to check out.
I like that. I know, well, you just got into one, but what are some other emerging destinations that you see Hilton going into?
Yeah, so I know it's not so emerging now, but Tulum, we have the 2 resorts there, Conrad and a Hilton all-inclusive in Tulum. And with the new airport in Tulum, what maybe seemed a little not accessible to some travelers now is so much more accessible. So That's a destination that's definitely going to be growing, and we've already seen such a pickup since the airport opened. Tokyo, anything Japan this year seems to be very on trend and where people want to go. And a lot of Europe, but more of the Portugal maybe versus Spain, or maybe more Sicily versus Rome. More of the secondary and tertiary cities.
Interesting.
For us, we opened 3 all-inclusive properties in Greece in the last year: Rhodes, Crete, and Santorini. For folks who love the all-inclusive concept but have been to Mexico and Caribbean and want to do something else, know that we have gorgeous properties that are all-inclusive in Greece and even in Egypt, Turkey. Sorry.
Okay, so that kind of goes into my next one. So, what are some new concepts or renovations? I know the Waldorf is going through that big renovation, or brand evolutions. So it seems like you're taking the idea of the all-inclusive and bringing that maybe over to Europe?
Yes, we're doing that, and that's going to continue. We aim to have 27 all-inclusive by 2027.
Oh, wow.
So you'll see a lot more Hilton all-inclusives in the future. But also it's some of our traditional brands. Embassy Suites, for example, is opening new concept properties that are absolutely glorious. There's one in Nashville. We just opened one in the last month in Pigeon Forge.
Oh, wow.
Pigeon Forge being a very, very hot destination.
About 4 hours north of us here in Atlanta. Yeah,
I think for us too. I live in Charlotte.
Nice.
Very, very popular for drive-to holidays, but just a beautiful new concept, very sleek and very modern.
That's really cool.
But those brand new Embassy Suites are amazing. There's one also in Aruba that open. So they're popping up everywhere. So even some of the old standards that you're very familiar with in our portfolio are being reimagined. So that's always exciting.
I think it's important for brands like Hilton to say, okay, we've been around for so long and we've done so many innovative things, but let's keep innovating, let's keep renovating, let's keep changing and evolving our brand, because that's what's really going to make you stay on top of the world of hospitality. I mean, that's the whole point. And I want to ask you about some technology and guest-facing technology, things like apps, contactless check-in, loyalty integration. So what are some of the things that Hilton is bringing to the guests when it comes to technology?
So luckily for us, and I felt so blessed to have the Hilton Honors app when the pandemic hit, because many people didn't want to go to the front desk, interact. They just wanted to have a very easy way, contactless way to get to their room. So luckily we had the Hilton Honors app already. But during the pandemic, instead of maybe doing a layoff or furloughing our IT department or whatnot, we went the other way and we decided, let's do all these innovation projects that we've been meaning to do. Let's do them now. So within the app, you have guaranteed connecting rooms. You have now, all hotels are on this system where you can text somebody on property within the app. So you can say, I'm running late, my flight's delayed. Don't think I'm not coming. I'm coming late, or I need extra pillows, or I ran out of soap. Whatever it might be, you can do that within the app now.
Really?
Which is amazing, and I use it all the time. Like, I don't spare the hotels because I work for Hilton. Like, they're getting my requests
as
too.
Somebody who traveled a lot and was staying in different hotels, you'd be surprised at how often I sit there and think, I wish I could just text somebody and say, hey, can I get some more towels?
You can. Yes.
That's the big thing.
So, but I love it. I always use the app, and I did before when I was at a travel agency too. I used the Hilton Honors app all the time. It's just great to be able to check in day prior to arrival within the app. Choose your room, so you feel like a little bit of like a kid around the holidays. Like, what floor am I going to be on? What side of the hotel? So you can literally pick your room from a map.
Oh, wow.
Check in the day before. The day of arrival, when your room is ready, we'll download your digital key right on your device. And then you can.
So I don't need to carry my key all the time?
You don't. And you can skip right by the check-in desk, go right to your room. If the elevators require a key to get on, it's right in your app too. Like, I did that this morning at the hotel I was staying at. And when the best part, sometimes I don't know why I always feel like when it's time to check out, I'm always late. Like I'm always
Yes.
like rushing out.
Yes,
And then
yes.
if there's a queue at the desk, like why did I wait so long to go check out? You can literally at the touch of a button within the app check out of your room, which I did again today. And then your folio for your stay gets stored right in your profile in the app. So if you need to do an expense report or, see what
As-
charges were.
Yes, as
they're all
somebody
there.
who had to reach out for a folio, that sounds amazing.
You don't have to. They're stored for a year right in your app. Downloadable, emailable. I use them all the time for my expense reports. Very handy.
Very nice, very nice. So, Veronique, a concept that I know you can expand upon, travel trends. What is Hilton seeing when it comes to the travel trends of 2025 and beyond?
So, if you remember 2019, where the concept
Sure.
of bleisure came out, it's bleisure all day now. Like people
Really?
want to. We always do an annual survey to see what kind of trends there are out there. One of them that was shared with us by Travelers Business and Leisure is I don't want to go to a destination maybe for work and not experience the destination I'm in at all. I don't want to go airport to hotel or conference room and back
Yes.
to the airport.
Yes.
I want to experience where I'm at. So we're seeing a lot of those business trips having a couple of extra days added to them for personal.
Nice.
And that's when the boutique hotels are so popular because they are good for business or leisure, or vacation or business. So we're seeing a lot of folks booking into those boutique hotels, the Curios, and even a Canopy like I stayed at last night because they're good for business or leisure.
Do you find that when it comes to this concept that the people that are going for business often bring a significant other or a partner with them to
Definitely.
help extend that trip?
Definitely, they will, or the rest of their family or friends will come meet them. We also see this is out there, but we do see a concept that we've now called Fro Leagues.
Okay.
It's colleagues that you travel with them for business so much that they've become your friends, and you want to go on trips with. So colleagues.
Okay.
Yep.
You hear that, producer Evan?
That's a new concept. And there's also a concept that I found very intriguing was sleep vacations.
What is that?
Sleep stays where people will get a room because they feel they sleep better at a hotel than they do at home. And they'll get a room and never leave their room. They'll Chromecast like their Netflix onto the TV. They'll get room service and just enjoy the room that they're in. So that's a trend that was shared with us as something that's up and coming. And I will say, I have to tell you that
Okay.
I spent so many nights at hotels that when I would go home, I would not sleep well, and that sounded crazy.
Interesting.
So we have an employee store. So I got Waldorf Astoria mattress, Hilton sheets, Hilton pillows, feather top, and now I sleep like a baby when I'm home too.
There is something about the hotel
There
bed
is.
that is a little more plush, a little more. Okay, I'm with you on that.
Yes.
I can see that. I can
Yep.
see that.
So that's a trend. Sleep vacations.
Sleep vacation. So it sounds like, though, that Hilton is making sure that they keep up with the trends.
For sure.
And they're able to, reach the clients in different ways. Those clients that want all these different things. Hilton has the ability to manage that.
That's
it
right.
sounds like it.
Yes.
I do like that. Because there's so many things, there's so many options out there right now for the advisors, for the clients, for everything. So what is something that Hilton's doing to draw in people that might be thinking of different options?
I think for us, it's a beautiful thing to have the 24 brands because if you want a value brand, we have that.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a value suites brand, we have that. If you want an elevated experience like Embassy Suites at a suite property, we have that. We have every category to really address any type of customers that are out there. And if we have a gap where we don't address a certain type of customer, we create a brand to support that. And that's what we've done recently with Live Smart Studios.
Okay.
We weren't addressing people who may be in between jobs or going into a new job where they're moving to a different
Yeah.
city, have to be out of a house maybe for a couple months. or on a long project for work.
Yeah.
Of course, anybody can stay at the Homewood Suites, Home 2 Suites, or Embassy Suites as a suite, but we didn't have a concept that was truly more like an apartment. And that's where Live Smart Studios. We have 100 properties already committed, so you'll see and hear a lot more about them. So that's kind of how we handle. If we're not addressing a certain type of client or what they're requesting, we'll go and create something.
I like that. That's innovation, that's growing, and that's making sure that you stay on top of the game.
That's right.
For everybody. So let's talk about our advisors out there that are watching our Partner Spotlight. You know, we have all of our advisors in our network, and anybody that's watching that's a travel advisor, Hilton is making sure that they have the options for you. And one of the big things that I know you and I talked about and that you really, really love is the dedicated portal for advisors. Can you walk us through what is available there?
So the URL is Travel Agents, agents is plural, travelagents.hilton.com. And it's really your one-stop shop for anything that you might want from a travel advisor perspective. We have a section here that's called, first of all, you don't need to register or log in. Just use the site. We're not oblivious to the fact that you're very busy. Just come and use it as you need it. There's a section that's called Explore Our Brands, where maybe you didn't know we had boutique hotel curio collections. Maybe that was something new to you, or LXR Hotels and Resorts, or all inclusives even. Mm-hmm. You could come to Explore Our Brands in mere minutes. You can be sort of an expert on any of our brands. We share bite-sized pieces of information that will help you determine which brand is good for any type of your customer requests. So that's a very popular section. We have an all-inclusive section where you can learn about the properties we have now, what their different amenities are, where they're located, what type of traveler they're best for, and what's coming. And we have a very popular section that's new and upcoming hotel, where we tell you about all the fun openings or soon to open, like the Waldorf. You go there, I'm sure that'll be front and center on that. But those are cool sections that I think are very useful to advisors when, and have the right tools for you to experience what you need to. Including a contact us section where your BDM's contact information is listed, and mine. So we don't hide. You can find us. I feel like we showcase our team a fair amount.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the BDM support team, the business development management support team that Hilton has out there for the advisors.
Yeah, we're really, really grateful to Hilton for allowing us the resources to expand on our BDM team. Right now we have 5 dedicated BDMs in the U.S., and that team is growing to address different types of requests. So besides me, who manages the World Via partnership overall, there are 5 people here who are regionally based to help you. So, while the World Via is here in Georgia, we really match the BDMs to where you live. So if you're in Florida, Ariel Marsh. If you live in Texas, Andrew Williams. We have 5 of these guys across the country, and we make them regionally to where you live because we host 22 events this year, VIP events. And if you let your BDM know where you live, they'll add you to their database. And when we have a Dallas event and you live in Dallas, we'll know to invite you.
I like that.
So they are here to make sure that you are as successful recommending Hilton as you can possibly be. It could be, I want a little bit of training on, curio collection, and they can do that virtually. Or, we've made about 35 2-minute videos that are very bite-sized. Here's how to book, on our travel advisor portal. Here's how to use the travel advisor portal. Here's what the embassy brand is all about. Like, they can pepper you with whatever videos or live virtual training that you might need. And of course, as I touched on earlier with groups, they are here to support you with your group requests. So it's a beautiful thing, and I really, really feel like you should touch base with your BDM, introduce yourself. You never know when you'll need their help down in the future, too.
I always say to the advisors, whenever I do a video or anything like this, I always say the first email or message to your BDM, to your local BDM, shouldn't be an escalation. It should be,
Sure.
I want to introduce myself. So I really think that it's really good for you to reach out to the person that's local to you and find that out and reach out to them. For advisors that are trying to inspire their clients out there, everybody wants to inspire. Does Hilton have any marketing efforts, like a content hub that they can access?
Well, we have something called the Content Hub.
Oh, really?
So, coincidentally, that's something that's newer on the Travel Advisor portal. So if you go to travelagents.hilton.com, right on the homepage, it's a carousel. It's 3 different ads that move. One of them is the Content Hub, and it's something we added in the last 6 months or so. And it's full of amazing images, videos, great content. So if you're doing a quote for a client, you can grab some images or videos from there, forward them on. Even good text about maybe an overview of one of the resorts, and you can grab that text and include it in proposal for your customers. So I think there's a lot of good information there that makes your life a little easier as you're trying to maneuver all these images. Even for social media, it's always, I feel like people are always looking for the right image. So you can come there and feel good that we have created that especially for those needs.
And you hinted at it a little bit earlier, but education. I know education is very important for everybody out there to learn about the brand, especially if they can't go to the locations themselves, but they still want to know enough about it to sell to their clients and to show their clients the experience. What are some of the options there for the advisors?
We like personal training. So either your BDM can do a session with you. We have all of these videos that we store. We share them also when you get added to your BDM's database. They will send you a monthly newsletter that is full of good, relevant information that could really help. Even if you're a pro, you've been in the business for a long time, we open 2 hotels a day. Like, I have a hard time keeping up with what we do. So
that's a lot.
There's always something new to learn about, or new properties or new tools. So we do like that more personal approach, whether it's live or through some type of video that we will share with you.
Okay, it's so important, and it's so nice to have that availability inside the portal, yes, or outside the portal as well. Loyalty program for advisors. How can they be rewarded for their bookings?
I know we're strange, but we still have a travel advisor loyalty program, which is a little more unique these days. So we still use unlimited rewards. It's the program that Avis and Budget Car Rental also use. So you get one number for all 3 vendors. And it's very simple. You get an unlimited rewards number. You can go to travelagents.hilton.com, go to the loyalty and rewards section of the site, and you can register there if you're not already. And it's as easy as entering your unlimited rewards number when you're booking directly with us on our websites or via phone. Or GDS, if any of you use that. You use your number, and then we, once your traveler travels, we will deposit dollars onto a rechargeable debit card, and then you can use the debit card wherever debit cards are accepted. So the more you book, the more dollars we put on the card. And then you can, do whatever you like. We ask for testimonials about how advisors use their debit cards and what they do with their unlimited rewards dollars. And it's fascinating. Some people are like, I took my family on vacation. Some is like, I bought a new fridge. Some are like, I hide it from my family and I just hit the spa or do something just for me. So we always get some fun stories and we ask for testimonials.
Let's talk about Hilton for Luxury.
Yeah.
Can you expand upon that?
Yes, so Hilton for Luxury is a program that WorldVia has access to that not many of your competitors have access to, which is a wonderful thing. It is for a program that relates to our 5 luxury brands, and it's an amenity program. So it's perks above and beyond what your travelers can find on their own through various tools. There's a breakfast for 2 daily included. There's a $100 amenity. There's also double Hilton Honors points for your clients, which is exclusive to this program. And it is available at all of our luxury properties. So you don't have to think, is it available at this Waldorf or this Conrad? It's all of the luxury properties participate in it. So it would be as easy as going to hiltonforluxury.com, and we have instructions on the Hilton page of the World Via intranet too, so you don't have to take notes on this, but we've provided some good instructions on how to get into the site and how to proceed with your bookings. They are very much, even though there's early check-in, late checkout, and upgrade are based on availability, we do preference the bookings that come through Hilton for Luxury to get those types of perks and upgrades and things like that. So it's a wonderful program. I'm very excited. It was no small feat to get you access to it. So I'm hoping that for those of you who focus on luxury, that you take advantage of it.
I love that. Luxury is growing, and the more access to that, the better.
Yes.
What is one tool in the portal that people should know about?
Yeah, I think the contact us section is very valuable.
Very.
If you want to know who your business development manager on our team is, you go to contact us and we'll tell you who that list is. It always expands, so you might think it's Mary Jo, but next week it could be that we've added somebody and it could be somebody different. So you can always reference the contact us section. It also has information about various other departments at Hilton too, so we don't try to hide how to contact us. We make it a whole section of our website.
I love that.
Yeah.
Veronique, as we kind of wind down here, what do you see the rest of 2025 looking like with Hilton?
Yep, still a lot of expansion, still a lot of key openings. We touched on a couple already. Just always evolving to serve the types of customers that you work with. And then for us, the focus is to expand our BDM team, to have additional resources out there. Between mine and the 5 BDM's calendars, we have 450 events that we attend in 2025. So you'll see us at several other events, including World. Hopefully you're going to that and you'll meet our team and myself there. So yeah, that's just always continuing to evolve to make sure that we have the right products and tools for the travel advisors.
I think that that's really important, and I think it's nice to see that Hilton is not just resting on their laurels, resting on the history, but saying to the world out there, hey, we're going to keep expanding, we're going to keep opening locations, we're going to keep going out into the world to new different locations. What is one location that Hilton is not in?
Oh my gosh, I don't
know. Okay. I was going to say
we're
one that you think...
140 countries. Like, I didn't even know there were that many countries. No,
I guess that's true. One place that you would think, oh, let's make a really good location here. Where's some place that you think should have a luxury location?
Well, I am from Quebec, so while I love the Hilton Quebec, and it's just gone through like an amazing reimagining and remodeling, I would love to get a luxury property in Eastern Canada.
Oh yeah, I guess that would make a lot of sense. Yeah, there's a lot of people going there. I know Quebec is growing.
Yes.
And there's a lot of travel. There's a lot of people moving there.
Definitely.
So I think that would be a really good idea. What is your favorite hotel?
Well, I touched on it earlier. Conrad Tokyo. Amazing on all levels, food and beverage, service, gorgeous location, and amazing rooms. So that is definitely, if not my favorite, one of my favorites.
What's one that you've not been to that you would like to go to?
Oh, Conrad Maldives. Like, how easy was that one to come up with? And if you saw the videos that we showed you earlier, it's that room that has it's a glass enclosed underwater room.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Come on, who doesn't want to stay in one of those? So the hotel has under the water suites and also under the water restaurants. And come on.
I mean, that's got to be pretty difficult to book. I mean, I'm guessing that's probably booked up
I
pretty
think the
far out.
booking part is okay. The paying for part is less easy. So, but yeah, definitely that would be a dream.
Well, there's so many properties out there. There's so many locations for everybody, and like you said, under every banner that however the clients want to travel, however anybody wants to travel, there's an option for them with Hilton. And so I really appreciate you expanding upon that and talking about that. Well, Veronique, it was such a pleasure having you here. live with us on our Partner Spotlight. I love that we were able to expand upon Hilton and learn a lot of new things about Hilton.
Thank you. Yes, it was great to be here and to share some of our updates.
Fantastic. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us live here on our Partner Spotlight with Hilton and with Veronique Deblois. I'm so glad that she was able to join us here and talk about everything Hilton. But we will see you all next time. Make sure you subscribe and make sure that you hit the bell notification. But until next time, everybody, we will see you later. Bye.